All right. Peace. DC Realm. Divine Truth of Allah. Kalika Seal. 793rd. Knowledge of God. Justice Born. Knowledge Born. 7. Got knowledge of Allah. What you said, knowledge? Yeah, the justice get more labor and less gold. Really like that. Sometimes you don't want that to be the case. What you said, knowledge? It's the same. So that's what happens. I feel. Can't exactly figure that out. But anyway, yeah. We're here at today's topic: mixing, tampering, diluting, separating, grafting. I should have put et cetera, et cetera. It's because those are the different levels of what happens. You know, different things that we doing, right? That put us on the path to hell. Just on a path to death, hell, and destruction. You know, some is fast. You know, like straight grafting. You know, that's fast. Some things take longer than 600 years for you to slowly dilute what something is about until it's no more the same. So like certain elements of the condition that we in right now, you know, original people, you know, have been through whatever, uh, slavery, colonialism, et cetera, et cetera. They've been at this for even more than 600 years. But these are the different things that we start doing on the path to hell. You know what I mean? Now they also all things that if we catch ourselves before you pass that point of no return. But these is all the different things that you see brothers you know, having different ciphers in terms of, you know, keeping this knowledge at least on a certain course. We all got the knowledge in different times, different places, and we had different experiences with it. But like I said, there is a universal understanding. There is a picture that's clear right there, regardless to whether you nearsighted or farsighted, regardless to whether you got myopia. You see what I mean? These things, they describe the physical sight, right? But they also describe a kind of state of mind that applies to the third eye too. With some people is farsighted, some people is nearsighted, some people they can't see too far. You know what I mean? Some people can look way into the future and see certain moves that they should make. You know what I'm saying? Myopia, that's when you focus on one thing. Like you can't see to the sides. Are y'all hearing the echo? Or is it just me? Uh, but getting back to what I was saying, see this science also uh in terms of how, look, these things is also where the excuses come in at. It's like if a person is grafting, right? Doing something that's grafting, you know what their excuse is gonna be? Well, I haven't made the devil yet. Like they could be at the 599th year stage. That's where you at the, you just need this last batch of births right here, and this we just waiting to see. We suspect ain't gonna be no ain't gonna be no black seeds born. But they're gonna say I haven't made the devil yet. This is where the goalpost starts to move around. So you could be mixing, right? You could be mixing this with something you ain't supposed to be mixing it with. And then what you would say is, well, see, my mixing, right? I'm still 400 years away from the devil. What about this brother over here? His mixing, he's only 150 years away from the devil. But do we realize what these different things are? And see different people, you go and you study these different religions. And then you try to shoehorn that religion into this teachings. So you have different people, right, who you don't have the knowledge and wisdom to see and understand why something is the way it is. And then before you take the time to learn that, you go and tamper with it. You decide to see right here, yeah, Elijah didn't know what he was talking about. We need to change that. But see, you in science, right? Where, you out there teaching, right? You out there teaching, but that's only out the right side of your mouth. Out the left side of your mouth, you're teaching other things, right? That is diluting the truth. Where you dilute it down even to just slang. But yeah, people is calling each other God, right? But they don't know anything about the meaning of that and what it means for them. And like I said, these are things that, yeah, tomorrow or, today or yesterday, we're not going to say that this is responsible for the state that the world is in. But yeah, the cumulative effect of that. See, this is where your answer is, right? This is where your answer is when you wonder, uh, why don't we have more accomplishments? Not even based on a comparison to these people or those people, but just as a to show and prove the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we have. When you say, yo, we're all the brothers, or, nationally as well as in whatever cipher that you deal with, whatever, you know what I mean? Like whatever state you in, whatever city you in, whatever brothers that you deal with, right? Whether it's somebody on the outside asking you, or whether it's you asking yourself, whether it's somebody else asking you. Why, with all that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, y'all get on there, y'all thinking about that shit every night? You know, according to our own teachings, you know a tree by the fruit it bears. So after a certain period of time, right, you ain't supposed to have to really tell the person, you ain't supposed to have to tell everybody everything. Like, yeah, there's some people that might not be detectable to the naked eye. You see, LeBron James, he don't have to tell people he a basketball player. Like, yeah, it's gonna be an occasional person who may not have ever been seen a basketball game. They may not know the NBA exists. There's people like that. But when he comes into any stadium, any one of those 32 teams, he don't have to show his ID, be like, yeah, I'm here to play the game. So see, I'm saying that to say at a certain point, right? You shouldn't have to walk around telling people that you build every day and this and that. Because people should be able to come and say, oh, snap, look at this right here. Yo, who did that? I just got hit. Why this situation right here exists? Why are people doing this like this? See, there's lots of people, right? And look, they come around now and they talk. There's lots of people that did not bear witness that Allah was God until we showed and proved. And years later, after seeing all that fruit, they had to say, yo, you know something? And they knew what he was talking about. I met a motherfucker that hated us a couple years ago, over there on Lennox Avenue. But he had to admit that, yeah, but that's what his way of expressing it. He was like, yeah, but y'all ain't did nothing since he started that. That he hated to admit it, but he had to. So then when you go back, right, and you ask and you be and you're real with yourself. See, because a lot of people come on here and bullshit me and tell me how they feel every day. And yeah, right. See, everybody, you got a lot of people that, you're in the process of doing something else, right? That, see, look, Yakub, that was his job to graft the devil. You understand what I'm saying? But you might make something else that's fucked up too. Maybe it won't be as bad as the color man, but that's still a long way down, son. Like if you made something right now that was only 50% of the color man, 50% as bad as the color man, would you be proud of that? See, that's why that's why you have to understand what you build. Because if you don't understand what you're building, it can easily destroy you. What's this? Right. Exactly, VC, huh? There's some people, yes, I mean, well, look, see that's how I drew that up. When you say that Jesus walked on water, see, and I'm talking about according to the story now, before the wrong person come on here and misunderstand. When it say Jesus walked on water, right? See, word of what he was teaching and the miracles that he was doing was traveling. And so, see, when he got a lot of places and said who he was, the motherfuckers, they just didn't suspect it was him because they was expecting the motherfucker to be bejeweled up. They was expecting Cash Flow Dollar to show up. Saying he ain't even got a suit on, man. Fuck this rag shit. But the people already knew, like, yo, son, do some of that shit, what you said. Yeah, matter of fact, hold on. That blind motherfucker over here, I need you to hook me up, man. You understand what I'm saying? His reputation preceded him. The word of mouth. Smell goods. Oh, we got fly freight from the Providence plantations, all on the business. You know, fly freight from the Providence plantations. We was just talking about the Providence plantations today, and you know how we can't. You know, it's difficult for people, you know, that's not from there to imagine that there's still some place called plantations in America. You know, wholesale. Even though around where my family is from in South Carolina, there's still a lot of places called plantation. Sea Palms Plantation, honestly. Yeah, that's what we was talking about. The brother, you know, he couldn't understand that. I kept telling him that it's Rhode Island and the Providence plantations. All I know is, you know, if I was coming up north for whatever reason from down south in the Great Migrations, and I got off and the sign said Providence Plantation, like, nah, we ain't staying here. yo, listen, it should be like, Eddie Murphy said, yo, we was in Amiable Harvey, like, yo, we got a nice house here. Yo, kids playing in the background. Shit. Like, yeah, this place is called Providence Plantation. Oh, baby, we gotta go. That's why I moved from down south to get away from the plantations. I can imagine. They still working on changing the name. Now that's interesting. When you say that, right? They're working on changing the name. So here's the question: where is the resistance coming from? Because this will tell you a little something about the people of Rhode Island, the land of Rhode Island and the people of Rhode Island. So where is the resistance coming from the black community? The brothers have just become so attached to the plantation that you gotta tell me how that works. And who's there that's saying, nah, we have got to preserve our heritage. West Coast wise. VC Realm, I tell you, I don't know if I'll be in St. Louis either. You know, I heard, I haven't looked it up, but a brother said it during the time when it was the Michael Brown situation, that St. Louis was the last place in America where it was slavery. See, that'd be another shit. Look, get here. We got a nice house, man. Kid playing in the front yard. Still slavery out this motherfucker. Yeah. Got it. Too bad. Got to go. No. See, St. Louis be on the low, man. People don't know. I know about St. Louis. Did you know that St. Louis had the first projects that got so bad they had to tear it down? All right, peace, bro. No doubt. Shaquem. So you need to find that out. Who's offering resistance to the removal of the name plantations? But you said, I mean, the East Coast, uh, is not, for whatever reason, it doesn't have that image. But yeah, there's lots of Indian tribes that was, Manhattan is an Indian name. Like Broadway, when you see Broadway in New York, that's the old Indian trail. Yeah, self I built. I think Connecticut might be an Indian name too. Seattle is named after an Indian chief. I mean, they was all around. You know what I'm saying? They were spread out. You know what I'm saying? So certain places have, like Oklahoma, you know what I'm saying? Of course, so the Southwest, certain places have a like a more of an image of having Indians, and I think that's a little bit because uh, you know, the at least that I seen, right? A lot of the land, for instance, where they at in the Southwest, right? Those reservations, that land is not really useful right now to the colored man. Like it ain't no resources there they want to dig up. It ain't no farmland there or not, not on a huge level that they don't have to irrigate and nothing. So uh the removal in those areas wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like in New York City, the removal of the Indians, besides a couple names and, you know, evidence, like I said, Broadway and stuff like that, it's no area in New York where the Indians is at, not New York City. Long Island got reservations. Upstate, they got reservations. But in New York City, if they was to put that image out there that was Indians here, then they would have to explain what happened to them. You see what I'm saying? So instead of doing that, they just ain't gonna put that. See, it's okay to say, yeah, they was in Oklahoma. That's where we gave them the reservation, and they there now. They casinos. They can say that. You know what I mean? A lot of the history, what they tell you, right? It's a matter of how that history make them look. You see what I mean? So even a lot of times, we're what's going on? Got to do an investigation. It's trafficking over there. You know what I'm saying? But even in terms of when they say how brutal and vicious an opponent was, right? That's to make them look all the more heroic because they defeated them. Like you ain't never heard, no story, the American Army, they went over there and picked on some motherfuckers, slapped the motherfuckers around. Niggas had rocks and bottles and shit, and we just started bombing them motherfuckers. You don't hear that. You hear, nah, these motherfuckers vicious. You can't, oh man, they resourceful. that's that's how they gonna explain bottles of rocks, man. These motherfuckers are resourceful. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's how it makes them look. You know what I mean? Or just like certain histories, right? One of the reasons, there's lots of reasons, but one of the reasons you're not gonna hear about sub-Saharan African history is because they can't place themselves there. See, even if it's out of time sequence, right? They can place themselves in Carthage with the Romans. They can place themselves in Greece. I mean, in Egypt with the Greeks. You understand what I mean? They can place themselves other places. So they'll tell you about that history and then slowly mix themselves in as the people who that history is about. You see what I mean? And just like we said yesterday, with how a person assimilate into the history, now the people who really live that history become the villains. You know what I mean? Said it yourself, the Asiatic dream, Dusty Rhodes. Oh, what happened? The broad must escape. No. Let me see. He says so-called black people that claim American Indian that got a tribe and it's officially documented in New England, New Jersey, New York regions. See, that's, you know, here's the thing. From the people that I've seen, at least, right? A lot of them don't want to accept how they became members of those tribes. They became members of those tribes by being slaves of those tribes. And that's the reason why they being rejected and all the wealth that's being generated in those casinos. You know what I'm saying? The fact of the matter is that most of us, right? Most people, or should I say peoples, right, have some common uh inheritable uh health factors, right? That express themselves uniquely amongst different people. So, for instance, I'm saying that to say, I don't know of other people around the world, right, to have a high prevalence of sickle cell. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh God.
What?
In white people, sickle cell is called tartar dysplasia.
Tartar dysplasia.
they call sickle cell because they try to make you think it's a black genetic thing, but sickle cell and white people is called dysplasia. So
well, this is what I'm saying. Why we never heard of tardive dysplasia?
Because they don't talk about it, but white people get it. That's what it's a nutritional deficiency.
Yeah, but it must be less prevalent than sickle cell. That's what I said. I'm not saying it's impossible. You know what I mean? Even the way we react to different things, the way we react to different foods. See, some people, they eat that food, that's their natural staple diet. Black people, we eat that shit, we get high blood pressure and diabetes. Now, that's just one example. There's lots of things, but I'm saying that's just one example of something that I'm saying I need some more, you got to link this up for me to show me how, that stuff it gets complicated. See, we got to really, we got to go to the primaries. What's going on down here, son?
Yeah, it's practice loud.
Yeah, yeah, son, hold up. Wait a minute, man. And see, I'm out in the field out here. You know what I mean? This colored man just ran past. When colored people run, I get nervous. I yes. Hey, what the fuck are you running for? This motherfucker start running and I end up in captivity. West Coast Wise said, I don't know if there's an Indian reservation in Oregon. They stopped black people from entering, so they passed it and arrived in Washington. Who? I know in the Pacific Northwest, uh, during the time, during the time,
you on the corner?
all right, here comes another cracker running, man. See, I'm out here in the field, man. Look, I'd rather be back in the hood. These crackers got me shook the fuck up. What they keep running for? I need to go back in the projects, man. Where I'm safe at. Shit. Uh, yeah, but back during the time when the states started expanding after like the war 1812 and all of that, and they started expanding to different states, and the question was about whether these states is going to be slave or whether they're going to be free. You know what I'm saying? And even later on about how they was going to be treated and all of this. When the question was presented to the Pacific Northwest, you know what I'm saying, of which side of this y'all gonna fall on, the slave side or the what's the name side, they just was like, look, whatever it is, problems, we don't want black people. I don't even know how did black people get out there. See, that's another thing. Now, look, that's something right there where motherfuckers say that. Somebody say that, like, yo, out here they ban black people, right? Oh, yeah, baby, we gotta go. We gotta get back to the East Coast. I like about the East Coast. I know them and they know me. But that's wild though that it wouldn't be an Indian reservation in the whole of Oregon. I could hardly believe that. There has to be. Absolutely has to be. Yeah, all over Oklahoma, Nebraska, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all of that, that's the Indian territory. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's where, the story of the noble savage, that bravely, fought for his homeland, you know what I'm saying, against all odds, you know, and the colored man hated to do it to him, but it was divine providence. They only did that so they don't get fined. They had to save their souls. Said wrestling at the chase. What's wrestling at the chase? See, the kind of wrestling I used to watch, I don't know about that. See, I used to watch wrestling. See, now you got one kind of wrestling that's nationwide. When I used to watch wrestling, it was different kind of wrestling in almost every state. So that, I don't know. You might be talking about, I'm talking about back Harley Race, Arn Anderson. Fleet came in. I was born said the stuff we building on now is the stuff they fighting over in the state assemblies. Oh, you mean in terms of all the different curriculum, kind of the perspectives that they teach history from. BC Rum said, and them not having to teach KKK history is not morally wrong, or that they don't have to teach so-called Black history if they choose not to. I mean, they do teach KKK history, but you would probably just be surprised to find out that they teach that history as heroic, as the Christian defenders of white women. Police said the first person he ever met with sickle cell was a Caucasian with red hair and freckled up.
Like one half would eat on one end and the other.
It's 9 federally recognized reservations in Oregon. I figured.
I got the book upstairs.
Yeah.
So I should like eat out.
See, got these tourists out here. Something I don't know who these people are. They got some bricks out here. But did everybody get a chance to catch what the topic of the live: mixing, tampering, diluting, separating, and grafting? But do we need to catch some people up to where we at right now? Everybody do each one, teach one, hit the like button so we get some more people up in here. But yeah, do we have any questions on the topic of the live: mixing, tampering, diluting, separating, and grafting? Jarrell Boylan. Yeah, pretty much complete. They all things, they're all negatives, right? They're things that the path to death, hell, and destruction could be littered with. You know what I'm saying? And there are things that, when we look at it, right? These is the answers, right? To the things, these are the answers to the questions, right? When people say, when you look at the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we have, when you look at the amount of, just physical people that we have, you know what I'm saying? And you think about things that it should be easy to accomplish, right? Based on the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we have, right? And who we say we are and what we say we do. You see, a lot of times, we don't keep it 100. Because see, like you said, these things is short of having made the devil. So that you could be grafting for 200 years, you didn't make the devil yet. But then when they say, all right, well, look, why you ain't accomplished this? Why you ain't accomplished that? Because you was busy grafting. Why the knowledge, and, not around me. But I'm saying, some people, why is nobody God over there? Because y'all be diluting the knowledge over there. See, I give the people the lessons in this hand, y'all give them something else in the other hand, somewhere else to do something that this ain't the teachings of. This is your answers to that right here. But you said no shows or snatching the flag. No doubt. You had Chief J Strongbow and Wahoo McDaniels. But it's important to study each of those things, not to study in them so you could do them, but to study in them so you can recognize when you're doing them. Because remember, we grew up in the atmosphere, right, where the negativity is all around us. So we start doing the negativity a lot of times thinking that we're doing positivity. Like we was introduced to Christianity and all these things by our parents thinking that they doing the best possible thing that they could for us. You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know dietary law, right, then you just going by what tastes good. I mean, I can't say, is there a recipe? Like if you give it to the right black woman, can she make shit taste good? Can she come up with a recipe where shit tastes good? So it's the same type of thing. I'm just saying that we in an atmosphere where things that's really bad for us, right? has been made into a good experience, or it's been made into something for us actually to aspire to. And so we have to be aware, just like we got to be aware that, look, might have been some of your favorite dishes, you know what I'm saying, that, you couldn't wait for your moms to make. And then you find out, man, shit is paid. So it's the same thing with other things that you're doing, I'm saying. Especially, when you at a point like, see me, I've been a 5% for over twice as long as I was at 85%. Then if you figure, the first 5 or 6 years, I'm just doing basically what my parents is, I'm not outside really moving and shaking yet. And even then, so I really, barely got to live as an 85%. So I'm just saying, like right now, when I get hungry, I don't never have a taste for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even remember what that shit tastes like. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. Like I remember the shit was sweet or it was bitter or whatever, but but especially until you crossed that time where you had the knowledge longer than you was at 85%. So the culture has totally taken root. You totally in it where it don't have to be, you know, you don't have to think about, what do the 5%ers do in this situation right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I used to go in the store, right, and have to think, this right here is pig. I don't even go in that section no more. I don't even, it's nothing that I want that could be pig. You know what I'm saying? I can't even think. I don't even have to read the label like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Every blue moon, but I don't really buy stuff like that. Like, I don't buy shit with cream filling and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? If I do, it's something that I've been eating. You know what I mean? I got certain shit. I know, all right, this company or whatever is good. This product right here. But I don't, not experiment with high explosives, man. I already know what they do. So that's why you have to pay attention to what's mixing, diluting, tampering, right? Separating and grafting, right? Because remember, they do this because Yakub, who is the father of the devil, taught them to do it. And then Musa came back and told them again. But I'm saying that's the reason, right? Now look, we went to school and was taught by those same people. We watched TV and was taught by those same people. We listened to the radio, was taught by those same people. We watched the news and was taught by those same people. So see, once the poison get in your blood, it all look like one thing, but you got to separate the poison from the blood. But that was the topic we was dealing with, to catch the brothers and sisters up that may have tuned in a little bit later. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, when it's supposed to be, some episode where it's supposed to be some people coming to currently see if we was on point at the school And if we wasn't, they were supposed to be confiscating some flags. No, no word from them. La Illuminati. Whoa, quantum entanglement. How did we get there? Side rallies popping again today. Azriel tried to feed you pork fried rice. Whoa. I think he was gonna make me paranoid over there. Yeah. Hold on, let's get the link. Let's get the link. that, that's crazy. Oh, let me. Azriel. Pork lard mix and the biscuits or beans and soup. See, one thing about New York, right, is we got them a little bit trained up here right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually it depending on where you at, like certain parts of the side, uh most of Harlem, uh, there's some other it's actually hard to find a ham and cheese sandwich. In Harlem right now, you gotta go out your way to find a ham and cheese sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the motherfuckers trained, yeah, right, on the east side, because who's over there? They like that. You understand what I mean? But where the brothers is at in New York, we pretty much got them trained. Like, yo, listen, man, nah, we don't want that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you what happened too. See, remember, a lot of the stores is owned by the Arabs. So see, when they first came here, it was a few of them. It's wild, wild west. They over here doing shit they ain't supposed to be doing. You see what I'm saying? But now it's so many of them over here, the African Muslims, all the different ones that fuck all that getting money shit. That shit is around. You see what I mean? So yeah, they got caught. You know what I'm saying? Cause we used to wonder, fuck you over here selling pig, nigga. But that's what it is. That's just what they think of us. That yeah, you come here and do what the fuck you want to do and go back. It's that type of place. That's how they look at America. I mean, it's a cultural thing. It's also, you gotta remember, the health and fitness thing in New York is huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even a food desert in New York means like, yo, it ain't no supermarket for like 10 blocks. It ain't like in other places where they saying like, nah, you gotta go 2 towns over to find a supermarket. Like, it just means, yo, it's only 1 or 2 supermarkets around here and the price is high. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm not saying that it's not a food desert. I'm not saying that it's not causing people to suffer from, you know, poor nutrition. I'm saying that that's just, you know, it's all of that thing. You gotta remember, New York is the media capital, the advertising capital of the world. So every motherfucking campaign to sell some shit, the shit was tried out here before they put it on TV. You know what I'm saying? In the Midwest and all these other places. You know what I'm saying? They already did what they call that? Like when they have a group of people come and watch the commercial or something and then tell them that, yeah, the focus group, they, you know, all of that, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, whatever health, food craze, like if you've seen a lot of companies, right? Like for instance, a lot of companies, right? All of a sudden, they start putting out products with soy. As soon as this shit came out, yo, soy is supposed to be good for your health. You know what I mean? That's going to happen in New York. You know what I mean? So, you know, just the amount of vegan restaurants, you know, just health conscious places in New York is really, it's kind of difficult. Like you gotta be in an area with specific people that got specific dishes that they want. You know what I'm saying? But just you're gonna open up like Sherman's. Nah, that shit ain't gonna last. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I don't want to tell y'all about Sherman's. I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it. But I can tell you, look, I knew Sherman's was fucked up when I was 85. When I used to eat pig. One of them motherfucking Sherman's. Yeah, Hostess switched up. And I'm telling you, listen, Hostess, I'm telling you, that was the 5%. That was the 5%. And I'm telling you, Hostess, look, there's other things where I can say, yeah, you know, you had Jane Fonda and all these other people out there doing their health kick. You understand? What's the nigga name? Richard Simmons and all that. You know, all of that was a part of the health craze thing. Let me tell you something. It came a day when Hostess could not sell one cake in the store, son. They can't sell one cake in the store, son, because we should be in there. As soon as the motherfucker came in there and looked at the Hostess fucking shit, we should just start bombing. She about to get some hostage cakes, all that pig and that shit to hold your mind hostage. That's why you know you. Yes, sir. After a minute, everybody just started getting the Drakes. The Drakes used to be some just shit on the side. They wasn't like that. But everybody started getting the Drakes because if you didn't fuck with if you fuck with the Drakes, we wouldn't fuck with you. That's what their hostess bought Drakes. See? But I'm telling you, man, that and see, New York is a big enough market where that's an impact. If you got all them bodegas in the neighborhoods and shit, You know what I mean? And they plan on X amount of dollars to come through, and they come back and all that shit is still on the shelf. They like, yo, man, what the fuck is going on, man? We handled that biz. We handled that biz. Look, if we didn't do it single-handedly, we was the main soldiers in that. I don't know about the Muslims. They wasn't in the stores like we was in the stores though. Remember, we on the corner. When you come out the store and open your bag, you right there. The fuck is that shit? Get the fuck away from us, man. No, you can't have none of my 40 pig eating motherfucker. Yo, hold on. Let me see that. Fuck y'all get this nigga my shit for. No, you can't roll, man. Get out of my face, man. Go on that pig over here. That's what made niggas stop. Yeah, Lil Debbie's. Right. Dick Gregory was another person that brought the health consciousness and keeping your weight down and all that in the mix. But yeah, Little Debbie, yeah, they was also Little Debbie and Drake's they became jump balls. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I got my stuff that I eat. And see, I was already a picky eater anyway. I was already somebody that, I never, like pheasant and all this. There ain't no shit like that. Possum and squirrel. I've been around people that eat like that. What you said, don't beer got pig in it. I remember them saying that years ago, but it was, I don't know what they talking about. But yeah, I remember it was a time where they were saying beer and cigarettes had pig in it. But at one time, like it had got like yo, nobody was hardly eating nothing. Like straight junk food, like all the colored dyes and everything they were saying had pig in it. I think red 40, definitely yellow number 5, yellow number 6, something orange too. It was an orange with a number on it. Then that was something that we found out later that lecithin was swine. You know what I'm saying? It was a time when, and then that's when they came like, yeah, nah, some of this shit it's not good for you, but it's not pig. But it was a time where at some point, I don't know when it started, but at some point in the late 80s, going all the way up to like 93, 94, there was like a letter writing campaign or some shit where brothers was writing all the different companies. You know what I'm saying? And they was writing us back saying what, you know what I mean? And I remember when somebody wrote Wrigley's. And that's when really people was like, oh, yo, these niggas is diabolical. Because they wrote Wrigley's and asked them, And they was like, well, recently, they didn't use that word, but they were saying, because of whatever supply chains, prices on different things, they using different ingredients, right? So they said, listen, we can't guarantee that it's not pig. Like, wait a minute. wait, wait, wait. Wait a minute. What you mean you can't guarantee it's not pig? But yeah, I never wrote none of them, but yeah, they wrote. And when the brothers was getting the letters back, they was making copies and circulating them. So that's how I seen the letters. You know what I'm saying? The return letters from the companies. You said malt. You said malt got pig in it. Malt is some kind of wheat. Like, I don't know if it's some process that they do with the wheat that involves pig, but malt, barley, all that stuff is some kind of wheat. You know what I'm saying? And whatever's the process that they put it through, it makes a more powerful beer, alcohol, more liquor. Yeah, tuna. See, I never actually ate tuna fish like that because I don't eat mayonnaise. So that's how I was already a picky eater. It was it was already stuff that I didn't eat. So I already never ate tuna because I don't eat mayonnaise. Now, as Eli said, he's from the beer capital of America, Milwaukee, and he's never heard of any beer uh, having pork in it. Yeah, you're right about that, complete guy. The only way you can really be sure you're not eating swine products is to grow your own food using filtered water. Yeah. Don't worry, son. Let's go back over here.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's actual. You know, I mean, just what you eating, just in general. You know what I'm saying? To know exactly what that is, yeah. You got to really actually be on it like that. Said there's canned tuna and then the fresh purple colored tuna. Um, I don't know. See, I don't think tuna. If see, uh, where I really got eating fish from is from my great grandmother. Like she's the fish, uh, connoisseur of the world. Like I never seen nobody before or since, like she literally eat fish, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stewed fish, fried fish, baked fish, you know what I'm saying, broiled fish. It didn't matter. And so, that's around over there in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? And, especially at that time, like they're not gonna ship fish in because it's islands. You know what I'm saying? I don't think tuna is around there. Like that's just not the kind of fish that you heard them talking about. I think, first of all, is it tuna like a deep water thing? I think tuna tuna's like deep water. Then said in some beers, wines, and fruit juices, fake gelatin is used to remove the cloudiness from the drink. It works as a clarifying agent by reacting with the tannins in the liquid. With me, I never, like I said, I never, like, a lot of things, you know, like, how people, uh, is I don't know how to put it, but uh, it's something about tuna salad and potato salad, right? That everybody swears they the master of it. And that the only reason that I don't like tuna salad and potato salad is because I never tasted this. And you don't understand, like, look, it's the shit that's in there. I don't like relish. I don't like mayonnaise. I don't like none of this shit. What the fuck am I? Yeah, I don't like that. That's some macaroni in there. Macaroni is something that's pretty hard to mess up, but I've seen people do it. Just for the record, I'm telling you something. If you ever somewhere, and this is a Hotep channel, if you ever somewhere and a woman makes you macaroni and the cheese is powdered in the bag, don't ever speak to her again. Don't ever in your life speak to her again. Just a little words of wisdom. Yeah, she better not go back there and pee, yo. Those bitches about to go back there and pee. Watch. See, that's why I caught it. That's why she came back. You don't know how to act. Yeah, see, banana pudding, bread pudding. Now look, I'm telling you that's slave food. I ain't that. look, look, when they first brought me down south, motherfuckers tell you, what the fuck is that? You get this slap out of here, man. What the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm saying? I ain't know that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't eat tofu under any circumstance. That's another thing. Everybody swear that they can make tofu the way I'm like, you know what? Ah, man, that's that stuff. That's that stuff where you just got this last bit of stuff, just like bone soup. It's just like, like, nah, man, I ain't eat that. I'm hitting the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got? All right. Nah. I just started eating oatmeal when I was grown. Yeah. And, and still to this day, I listen, I don't eat farina. Whatever that shit is, don't ever try to give me that and tell me it's oatmeal. But I never used to eat that because I don't even know what that shit is. You know what I mean? But whatever it is, when I saw oatmeal, I was like, yo, this gotta be gruel right here. This is then when I got older, I got it started tasting all right. So now I was born said, what's the science on corn? I mean, the science on corn, you know, there's been a lot of uh uh see, I don't want to get confused with what we call in GMO foods now. You know what I'm saying? That have had their actual genes altered. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of cultivating plants for different reasons, you know what I mean? Cultivating them so the leaves grow more, cultivating them so the fruits grow more. Yes, and I mean cultivating them so that the seeds grow more. A lot of these like cabbage and broccoli and spinach is all related. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're growing them, they look very similar until they get to a certain point. You know what I mean? So corn is one of them things that is kind of recent from the maize, which is what the Indians really had. You know what I'm saying? So corn, the problem, or one of the things that illustrate the problem with corn, wheat, rice, all these things, is that when you look at them and you see they all one color, something's wrong with that. That means that it's been, cultivated in a certain way, and it might not have been cultivated. Like you might have cultivated because it sells better, but you didn't necessarily cultivate it because it's more nutritious. You know what I mean? Or you didn't take that into account when you was cultivating it for whatever other thing. You see what I'm saying? You know, and just the fact that corn is always a target because corn is the most let me see, how do you say it? It's the biggest GMO crop. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know necessarily to say the direct health effects like the corn that we eat is bad for us other than it's GMO. But it does have a secondary effect on us, right? In that one of the reasons why corn is the largest GMO crop is that they feed the corn to everything. The chickens eat the corn, the cows eat the corn, even the fish that they put in the fish farms eat the corn. You know what I'm saying? And that is having a negative effect. You know what I mean? But directly, is corn detrimental? I don't think so. Hmm? Yes. So Complete said corn doesn't have any nutritional value. Yeah. Yeah, emulsifiers. That was another thing that had us going. That's had us going for a while. But I'm gonna tell you what it is though, that I always had a perspective on that, right? Is that eggs is an emulsifier. And I knew that from home economics class. That emulsifier means something that makes oil and water mix. So like when you're making pancakes and you put the oil and the water in there, that's what the egg is for. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that every time you see emulsifier on the ingredient list that is egg, but I'm saying that's how I knew that just being an emulsifier didn't make some swine. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I also knew that it could be some other byproduct that they have that they was using. Porridge, nah, that's for the three bears. I ain't no porridge. Yeah, definitely the high fructose corn syrup. Now that's another thing that all that corn is going to that's having a bad impact. Man, y'all crazy out there in the side rallies today. But we about to wind this one right here down. Hopefully everybody did the Teach one, teach one. Hit the like button while you was here. If you new to the channel, subscribe. Of course, hit the notification buttons to know when we coming on live tomorrow. Check out Sunya Civilization class on Sunya 7 right here on YouTube. The Peace Course. He'll be broadcasting on YouTube tomorrow from 7 to 10. And we'll be back on location on Friday. On Friday, gotta see the brothers. We got a little we gotta handle some business out there in Queens at the stew once again. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see if we still can squeeze in a little bit of building on here. In the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna say peace, and I'll see y'all later in the week.